How's it going, everybody out there in learning land? Tyler from tenthumsbproductions coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today we're breaking down the Cowboy Song by Thin Lizzy. If you play along with the song, note that they're tuned a quarter step down, which is unique but cool. Printable tabs to help you with this lesson and all our lessons by becoming a Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon Jason who made this lesson happen. Why don't we go ahead and learn the tune? Let's grab our ukulele, brain and attention span. Once you have those three things, follow me on in and let's break this tune down. Come on in, let's do it. Okay, so this song is just basically a verse and a riff. But Thin Lizzy is playing this over 3 guitars, so to get it on the ukulele we had to do some fandangling. Let's take a look at the verse first, and then we're going to walk through it fingerpicking because the first verse is fingerpicking. But let's look at the strumming structure first. The chords you're going to need are an A major, F sharp minor, E major, D major, and a C sharp minor. You will also see in the chorus a B minor, okay? So essentially the progression goes one measure of A, 1 of E, 1 of F sharp minor, and 1 of D. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But they're doing power chords and they're doing something kind of cool. On the 4th beat of that F sharp minor, they're going to play an E for just 1 beat. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can get that whole E in there, or you can just strum these 3 fingers if you would like. Okay, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the first 4 measures of the verse. Now in the second 4 measures, your E major will become a C sharp minor. So the second time through you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's add our strum pattern. We're going to do down, down, up, down, up, which is the same rhythm they actually have going on the electric guitars. But when we get to the F sharp, it's going to be a little different. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Down, up, down, 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 down. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So the first half, A, E, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, and when it happens over the C sharp minor, it's the same thing. You get down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. Okay? Now, the verse is 16 measures, so what we need to do is we need to put both of those together, and they each happen 1 time. The very last time through, you're going to let that D chord ring out. So if we put the lyrics up and play through the verse, we get this from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get into this riff that works as both the bridge and it works over the chorus. But before we move on, I want to look at the finger-picking verse. The very first verse is finger-picked, and they're doing some elaborate stuff with multiple guitars, so I did the best to get it as close as I could to the ukulele. No, it's not exactly like the recording, but it's pretty gosh darn close. So let's take a look at that. Our first measure over the A, we're going to play. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm making my A shape, 1 and 2 and all the way through. Then on the third beat, I'm gonna pull 2 to 1 on the C string. Then I'll play the open E, and then down to the A note. So that first measure, you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We go to our A. This is the trickiest one. It's gonna sound like this. Okay, so bar that 4th fret, and you're gonna play the 4th fret of both the C and the E strings, then the 7th fret of the E string. From here, we're gonna go up, and in 16ths, we're gonna hammer 7 to 9, jump up and play 7 2 times of the high A string, and then drop down 9, pull 7 to an open E. So for the E chord, you get, okay, F sharp minor, make the chord, nothing too fancy, all the way through, 1 and 2 and, up to the 1st fret, 3, and then we're gonna get down here, 3 and then on the 4th beat, open E string. The same way we went 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, that open E string is implying that E chord. And we'll play a D, 1, 2, and, so it goes 1, 2, and that's gonna be on the offbeat, 1, 2, and, 1, 2, and then you're going to play the 3rd, pull the 2nd, quickly, down to the 2nd fret of the C string, and then hit the 2nd fret, the F sharp note, on the 4th beat. So over the D you get, okay, so let's play those 4 measures together. Okay, why don't we go ahead and play those 4 measures. I'm not gonna count them out loud because it gets to that part where it's like 3 and 4 and, but I'm gonna take it nice and slow. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's take a look at what happens when we get to the C sharp minor. The next 4 measures look like this. A is the same. The C sharp minor is where it gets a little different. We're going to grab the 6th fret of our G string and let that ring for a whole beat. 1. Then we're going to grab 4 and 4 again. 2 and, pull 7 to 4, 3 and, 4th fret again, and the 6th fret on the offbeat. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and, boom. Back to our F sharp minor, which is almost the same. The only difference here is at the end, instead of playing the open E, we're gonna strum 4, 4, 4 and play the chord. So this measure, the 3rd one, you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we get to our D, same thing. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So why don't we go ahead and play through those 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there is a little difference the last time through. On the last time through, you're gonna let that D ring out just like we did when we were strumming it. So why don't we go ahead and try to play through all 4 of these measures, and then we're gonna look at that bridge riff and then the chorus, and we got the tune. Okay, so here we go, the entire verse, finger picking style. 3, 4, and then we get into the riff. So that finger picking only works in the first verse. Then you get into this really cool riff, and you're gonna play the open A 2 times, 1 and before we jump in. So we get 4 and then we're in the riff. 1, 1, last measure of that verse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom. And then we're in the riff. The riff, you can see, we're gonna start off with our ring finger on the 2nd fret of our E string, and we're gonna play that on the first beat, 1, and then we're gonna 1, 2, and open A string back to that 2nd fret, nothing on the 3rd beat, and then and 4 and. So you get 1, 2, and 3, oops, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and. Okay? You listen to the record, you're gonna get this one. Next bar, exactly the same, we just remove our middle finger. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Next bar we drop down, middle finger, 2nd fret of the C string. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. All syncopation, off beat, 4th fret of the G string with your ring finger, 2nd fret with your pointer finger, and then you're gonna make an A5 chord, pointer finger, 2nd fret, ring finger, 4th fret, and strum all the way through. And then you can see, bam, bam, it repeats itself. So let's take this one from that 4th beat, and we're gonna start it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. One time without counting. I'll count up to the riff and then we'll play through it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3. And then we are into our chorus. Our chorus has got a lot of stuff going on, 3 guitars going, riffing, all kinds of crazy stuff. But we're gonna simplify it into a singer version because now you have that finger picking one for the intro. You'll sing that, you'll play the riff, and then you'll strum a verse, and then you'll get into the chorus. And it's gonna go A for 1 strum pattern. I'm sorry, we're gonna finish on A. D for 1 strum pattern, C sharp minor, B, A. So we get D, C sharp minor, B minor, A. Gee, many Christmas. I'm flipping that D and that A. D, C sharp minor, B minor, A. Roll me over and turn me round. Let me keep spinning till I hit the ground. Roll me over and let me go. Riding in the rodeo. Let's go. The only other piece missing is the solo, and the solo is a hybrid between the verse and the chorus. So what I'm going to do is just play through it. It's nothing that you haven't seen, but I'll show you the order. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're in the outro, which is the same as the verse. All right, those are all the pieces. Enjoy practicing them, putting them together. Remember that the tune is tuned down a quarter step, which means your G note is neither a G or a G flat. It's in between. Your C is not a C or a B. It's in between the 2 notes. Your E is not an E note or a E flat. It's in between. And your A is not an A or an A flat. It's in between those 2 notes. If you want to play along with the recording, just so you know, I just played along in standard tuning, and even though it sounded sour, it was a lot of fun. All right, and there you go. Thank you, Jason Green. Cowboy Song. Hope you dig it. TenThumbsPro.com. Thank you so much for learning with us. Cool, everybody. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of this tune. I appreciate you here at TenThumbs. And remember, new lessons every single Wednesday and Saturday. Skype lessons one-on-one. You can email me, tenthumsbproductions@gmail.com. Links in the notes and below by becoming a Patreon. Print out this tab and song sheet. Accelerate your learning. Cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. And get your 10 Thumbs t-shirts in those notes. Let them know where you're learning. And until next time, we'll see you next Wednesday or next Saturday for our next ukulele tutorial. Have a lovely week. Take care of yourselves.